So I never understood this. So women will dress up like sluts, right? Concubines, succubus, Jezebels, demons, Lilith, filth. So a woman that is claiming to be clean is going to go into a room full of filth, perverted men, demonic men, weak men, feminine men that hate God, that don't believe in God, don't have no reverence for God, have no fear for God. And these so-called clean women will go into a party full of filth. And then these women, these clean women, will pretend that they went to a righteous event. They will pretend they went to a righteous event, knowing they didn't go to a righteous event. These women go to these parties looking for something. We see this on YouTube all the time. You go into your shorts, you see this all the time. You see a woman that will come to a party, her butt cheek is out. So that means she has no clothes on. If your butt cheek is out, you have no clothes on. I don't care if it's lingerie or whatever. That's not clothes. That is not a pair of jeans and a shirt and a coat. That is not that. That is lingerie that you came out in public with to get attention. To me, I would never believe a woman that dresses like a slut, that gets touched by a man and then try to blame the man. The Bible tells you, do not tempt nobody. So you as a woman, if you want to be a temptress and a man that has no self-control is going to do something to you. Every man is capable of that. You can leave a man in a room with a woman that looks like that, and in certain times, if the man's hormones or whatever is so high, his sex drive or whatever, that man could touch her. I'm just being honest. Men are different than women. Women are not that sexually charged. A man is more sexually charged than a woman. So if you as a woman, you come there provoking, things could happen. No one is saying it's right, but it's life. It's life. We live in this soft society now, which is amazing because we all have rights. But back then, women, if you weren't careful, bro, like you could easily be touched. Easily because the men used to be barbaric. They used to be crazy. These are men conquering land. Their testosterone is super high. They are manly. They're going there and killing people to conquer the land. Those people do not fear no woman. They don't. So what I'm saying is that you could never dress like a slut as a woman in public. The only time you should be a slut is for your husband. The only time you should look like a slut should be for your husband in the home or wherever it's safe. Because as a woman, if you come out like that, things can happen to you. And these feminist demons are telling women that they're equal. At the end of the day, the man is always powerful. Men rule this world, not women. You women think that you run this world. You don't. It's always women that are complaining and crying that they're being victimized. A man is not always complaining that they're being victimized unless they were raised by a single mom. And a bunch of black men act like they're women, always blaming a person for their problems. So they act like women, because women do that. So if a man is doing that, he's a female, a beta male. Because men do not complain about certain things. So men rule this world. Men rule this world. You, woman, you do not rule nothing. Being honest, you do not rule nothing. That doesn't mean you're less than. It means that you're not ruling. God created this earth for a man. And he made a woman to help the man in this world. So you cannot come out and act like you are the man. You are not the man. You are a woman. Period. Nothing else. So stop dressing like an immature little brat and wise up. Dress like a woman. Just like a woman that wants respect, that demands respect from a man. Because a man will fear a woman that is wholly covered up, and has a face on her, meaning that she has a face that will slit your throat if you play with her. And there's women that are like that. And those women, a man will forever be in love with that woman because that man could trust that woman that if another man comes to try and talk to her and to try and take her out on a date or try to do anything to her, that woman could protect herself and that woman could say no. That means as a man, you could trust that woman when you go out to deployment or when you go out on that truck for a month. You could trust that woman that's at home, that nothing has happened to her and that she can be easily seduced by no man. So to me, if you are a woman, stop going to these parties expecting something because all of you do this. All of you think you could be on a yacht, you could have designer clothes, or you could drive all these cars. No, you cannot. If you want to do that, you have to dress like a slut and go into these events and get touched. Because these things happen at these events. These things are not church. These things are not protected by God. These things are run by Satan. You can't go to a party full of alcohol, drugs, demonic music, filth, men that are perverted, men that are sexually driven, men that can control their lust. You can't go to a party like that and be a temptress. You will always be taken advantage of. I don't care what YouTube says. I don't care what none of these feminists say. It is the truth. If you go into a party provoking a man, something will happen to you. If my daughter goes to a party and something happens to her, when I told her not to go to that party full of grown-ups, I can't do nothing about it as a father. Because you did not listen. If you stayed at home, you would have been protected. If you didn't stay at home, you will not be protected. That's it. It's that simple. You will be protected if you listen to your parents. If you listen to God, you will never go wrong. God tells you, do not go into a party full of adults that are sexually perverted. And you guys knew these things about Diddy. You guys knew these things about Sean Combs. That's Diddy. You guys knew these things about Jeffrey Epstein. You guys knew all this. The time Jeffrey Epstein was doing all this, I was a little child. I didn't know nothing about this. But you grown woman, you knew something about this. And some of you children, I don't know if a 14 or 15-year-old knew anything about Jeffrey Epstein. So I don't know, but that 14, 15-year-old should never be near a man that's 50 years old. And the only reason why these women were around that man is because he had money and he had a lifestyle. And these women or little girls, whatever, are drawn in by a little lifestyle. Your parents always told you, do not go to the ice cream truck. Do not go to the ice cream truck that's trying to give you candy. Because if you go there, things can happen to you. So as a woman, you are a weaker vessel. That means a man could easily take advantage of you if he wants to. Man rule this world. So if you want to protect yourself, stay home, keep a gun, and if a man is trying to do something to you, shoot him in the head. And God will protect you because God doesn't like human beings that attack other human beings that don't do nothing to them. If you are being righteous, you're being holy, you're living your life the way God is telling you, and a demon is coming to attack you and harm you, you have the right to kill that demon. You have the right to kill that demon. And it's always going to be justified. You're always going to be protected by the law. If you're being attacked and you have to defend yourself, defend yourself. as a woman. You need to learn how to defend yourself because you are the weaker vessel. And a man always has the advantage over you, no matter what.